Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Imagine Being Matthew Garrett. But today, for a change, we're not going to talk about me. We're going to imagine being James Nunez over here. A little change to the show. It's been a long time since I've uploaded anything. I don't fucking care. We're not going to talk about it. Like I said, I make things on my own schedule. Not worried about anything else. And I felt like doing a podcast, and so did James.
Yeah.
So now we're here. So James, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me here. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm excited you came out. I'm glad you're my first guest. Out of everyone I could have had, I think this is how it was supposed to go.
Yeah, I just want to use this platform actually to start by saying a fuck you, Alex. Technically this podcast you didn't have him, but y'all had one together.
We had one together.
Yeah.
We did. The goal with Alex and I was the Two Handers Club. We were supposed to have this great podcast. He did one episode, and then Alex, in Alex's ever busy life, he could never find an hour to sit down a week and do another one. And we've been here since September, and he could never find an hour since September to do another podcast. So had to move on from that.
Yeah. So now we're imagining being me, not Alex. Because fuck that guy.
Oh God. But so I think I wanted to kick this off. I want to talk about, I feel like how we met, because I'm sure like people that are friends with you on social media, like on Twitter, they see me interacting with you and they're like, who the fuck is this? And it's been the same with me. Like my friends back home, they're always like, who the fuck is James? And why are you always like responding to them? And like, so James and I both have a shared love, I guess you call it love, of Counter-Strike.
Of video games in general, really.
Yes. But Counter-Strike
drew us together.
Counter-Strike brought us in. So it was, what month was it? Was it October? It was right after I moved here.
Yeah, I think it was October time.
So like right around October, Alex and I get into a Counter-Strike game. We're playing on Train, I believe it was. It was Train.
Yeah, it was Train.
Okay, we're playing on Train. James is on our team, and Alex and I have this thing of like where we get into games, we just talk shit. Like I'm immediately like, suck my cock, suck my load, just suck me. Like just whatever I can do to piss off my teammates, like I'm going to try and do. Yeah. And James was on that team.
Yeah.
And now what did you when we came in and we're just screaming and hollering, what was your opinion?
I just thought it was funny, you know? Because, you get people that are upset or like they're like just dumb. But when you have somebody that's just like truly like just joking around, and you know they're joking around, like you just go along with it. Like you entertain it, you know, and it makes the game more fun and stuff like that. And so out of nowhere, he asked where I'm from, and usually I just say Texas, you know, but like for some reason I just instinctively said Corpus Christi, and he's like, wait, Corpus Christi? He was like, that's 2 hours south from here. He's like, we're in San Antonio. I was like, oh, holy shit, like wow, like. And so, we started talking.
Yep. And then it was, I think your name was James the director.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like me and Alex started joking around. And then James was like, oh, I'm a photographer. And then immediately, like, what do you shoot? Porn?
Yeah.
I'm like, you and your ladies, which has gone on to be like a running meme in the friend group is like, James and his ladies. But then James is like, yeah, no, I do like photo shoots of women and like all this stuff. And we're like,
well, other.
But like you said, I do photo shoots of people, and then, like of course Alex and I, we run with that, and we made the jokes about that. But then James just like shares his Twitter with these two random people in a Counter-Strike lobby. Alex and I immediately pull it up while we're in the game, and we're asking them about shit. And then I think we played a couple more games that night.
Yeah, y'all invited me after because y'all were like, "Hey, yeah, he's pretty cool. He's going along with the shit." So like,
I could tell. Like right when I talked to you, I was like, "Damn, he's close." I was like, "I don't know anybody else here besides Alex." I was like, "I'm going to try and let's see what happens with this. Let's keep talking to James."
It's crazy how I had just put out a tweet the other day. If you're watching this from my Twitter, thank you for clicking the link and stuff like that. But you probably saw my tweet saying like some of my closest friends like are people that I've met online, and it's like it's crazy how like the world works. And I definitely consider you one of my closest friends now. This is our third time hanging out, really. But every time I come up here, like it's an amazing time. Like it's some of the best weekends of my life so far. So like,
fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that. I can say the same for you. Like you're one of the closest people to me at this point. And it was like I was actually going to ask you too, like because I think you're in the same boat as me, where you've had these. Like, you've kind of grown up on the internet, right? Like, whether 100%. It be like through gaming or forums or all that shit, like that's like molded you. Could you say that's like kind of molded you?
100%. I mean, the term is digital native, but I've definitely grown up online. People get mad at me that like I'd rather like communicate like online instead of like hanging out with them or going out and stuff. So, but like I don't know, it's just part of like it's more. It's what I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? So that's what
I think the thing is like with people our age too is we're like the pioneers of it, of like this online scape of like becoming friends with people online and then you eventually meet up with them. Because I mean, I've had like you're not the first person I've like been friends with online and then I met in person. Like I have friends that I've been friends with since 8th grade. That one of them I just met this year when I moved down here too, and another one that's in Arkansas. And I'm not your first either, right?
No,
I saw
definitely.
Your tweet.
Yeah. I mean, there's people. I mean, one of my close friends, Kenny, like I literally had a calculus class with him, and like I sat next to him like this close every day, and we never talked. And then he was friends with one of my friends, and we played I think Fortnite together one time. And then we just like we're like, oh, that's you, like and then like, you know, it's like so we knew each other in person, but like we met like online, and then now we're close friends too. Like I play with them every day. So yeah.
Okay, so we both got the online friend thing going.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and it's just weird because. Like you tell people about it and people don't really get it. Like
they don't.
No.
Especially older people. Like, I mean, even my mom, like the first time I came up here, like she was just like, she's like, they're serial killers.
About that. Okay. So like the running bit that Alex and I had going was like, James, when you come up here, we're going to fucking murder you. Yeah. And he still came up like, because like Alex and I, like we would always like Alex has guns, like I have guns. Like we would send pictures of him joking around, and then James was like, "Oh, I want to hold one and shoot one," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna get fucking shot if you come up here." Like, so James, we should get into the first time you fucking came up here. So James, finally, like I've been, it was
months.
It was months.
From late like October when we met online.
Yeah,
I didn't come up till March. It was after my birthday. Yeah, it was after my birthday.
Was it after I got back from Miami then? Right.
Yes.
Or was it before?
No, you had went to Miami because we had talked about it, and then you were like, "Oh, that weekend I'm going to Miami."
Yeah.
So when I get back,
I went to Miami, and I was like, "Then you come up."
Yeah.
Okay. So so James finally comes up, and like the day of, or it was like the night before, he like texted me. He's like, "What was that street you say?" He's like, "What was that town you used to live in Illinois?" And he's like, "It started with a P," and I was like, "Well, Pekin is where like Alex is from. I'm from Minooka." And he's like, "Okay." And then what else did you ask? One other question, and that was when I knew what was going on. You were like,
I forgot what I asked.
You were something like, "What's your mom's name?" And
no, that was your joke.
Yeah,
I had asked. Fuck, what did I ask? It was something about like when did you move here or something like that, or like how long have you lived like in Texas?
It was something like that. You're like, how long have you lived in Texas, or like how long have you lived in Illinois? And I was like, does your mom need my phone number too? Does your mom need my mom's phone number before you can come play today, James?
She needs to call. She needs to call your mom before I can come over. Yeah.
So we got James up here, and that was the weekend. Like I took you to Austin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you only came up for the one night.
We had went to Austin because that's when I met Ronnie. And that was the first time. Yeah,
so
it was Saturday afternoon. I got here.
Yep.
Went straight up to Austin. Went out that night.
Yep.
And then Sunday we came back and I went home.
Yeah. And you had never been. You've been to Austin, or you hadn't been to Austin?
I've been to Austin before for like baseball and stuff like that when I was a kid, but never like for like the experience that we had.
Yeah. To like go out and like, do shit.
Yeah.
So James comes up for the first time, and I introduce him to my friends in Austin, Ronnie and Christian. You guys might be watching. You guys are going to be on the show pretty soon, so that'll be future episodes coming. Yeah. But I introduced James to them, and I just kind of interface. I'm like, listen, man, like everyone here is like out of their mind in the best way, and they're great people. I was like, but it's going to be a lot to like walk into, especially with everyone. Like everyone's got that over the top personality, and then James just came in. And I was just like I told Ronnie too before I came up. I was like, all right, so like I know James from the internet, and like I met Ronnie on the internet, So like she's the same way as us, like huge on meeting people on the internet,
right?
And, like you meet in person, and then you have a friend, right? So I told Ronnie, I was like, yeah, like I haven't hung out with James in person, but I'm like I just want to have him experience the world.
Yeah.
So then James came up and we went out, and it was a fucking blast. I think we went to Cats, right? It was just Cats and
yeah. Yeah, it was just like I think 2 places, and that was it. We went to upstairs Cats, downstairs Cats, and then we went I think to one more place. I don't even know if we went to one more place.
No, so Cats is like the top bar, and Bees is the bottom.
Oh, okay,
bar.
Yeah, then that was it. It was just those two.
And that was the night. There was a long ass line outside, and we know the bartenders there, so it's kind of like this VIP moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if anyone's experienced it, but it's like it's so fun to know people that work at the place you're going to.
Yeah.
Because then like you just kind of send a text, you're like, hey, I'm outside. There's a super long line. Can you help me out? And it's like this guy just gets a radio call at the front door, and he just looks at us, and he's like, let's go. And then you just walk past everybody. Never make eye contact with anyone in line when you go in. Establish the dominance.
What's crazy to me is how does the bouncer know exactly which one you are? They've never met you before. They're like, here, you, go. And it's like, what? Like, how do you know it's me?
I know, and that was the thing. I think Well, you were there.
That happened last time
when Alex
too.
and Lauren was there.
Yeah.
So the funny part is, like, my roommate and his girlfriend, they don't come out much, but they came out with us when we went to Austin. Well, 2 weeks ago, now, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks
we
ago.
went out 2 weeks ago in Austin, and we go to the same place, and James and Ronnie got to go in because like they could just let 2 people in, and then all of a sudden a bouncer comes out and comes up to me and Chris, because Christian was there, right?
Yeah, Christian and Christy.
He comes out to us. He's like, "You guys can all come in." And then they stopped my roommate and his girlfriend. I had to turn around. I'm like, no, they're with us. He's like, "You're sure they're with you?" And I'm like, yeah.
Like, I live with the guy. Yeah, he's
I'm like, I know him. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then they get to come in, and they're like, everyone's just like looking like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because I had felt bad too, because me and Ronnie went in, and I was like, "Guys, no!" I was like, "Wait, I need y'all though." I was like, "I don't know what's happening." So
God, but yeah, that was because that's the 3rd time we've hung out. This is
that was the 2nd time. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we did a lot that 2nd time because we did San Marcos and Austin.
Yeah, because that was 2 days. Because I
more.
came up Friday.
Yep.
Friday night we went to San Marcos. Saturday night we went to Austin.
That was a blast.
Yeah. So really, that was like 2 hangouts.
Yeah.
Like all 2, like, you know.
Yeah, that was.
That first time though was like amazing, man. I felt like just a bird being released from his cage.
Yep.
Like, you know, because like I've never gone traveling by myself, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like all the trips I've ever been to, I've been like around the country before, but like either I'm with family or the one time I went to DC, I was with like my 8th grade field trip, you know, for like history class. So you're not like alone, like.
Yeah.
And so this time it's like this is like my first time really like doing something on my own and like driving 2 hours and like not having like parental supervision over me, and so like man, it was really fun. It was a great time.
See, and this is James' first time traveling because he's only 16.
I'm only a child.
I've been grooming James online for months. No, we're kidding. James is of age. He's not 16.
I am of age. Yes.
He's a 21-year-old man. So
sure.
Yeah. In God's eyes, but yeah, no. So yeah, I get what you mean too. And people might think like, oh, you're traveling far, or like traveling. People think like flying, but like it's like a 3-hour drive. Like to Austin, it's a 4-hour drive for you, right?
Yep.
And you're about 3 hours to me, depending on traffic. So it's like, especially that is a lot to do. Like especially if you haven't done it before.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It makes you. It's that next step of like being independent. Too.
Right. 100%. I mean. I'm like I told Garrett, I'm waiting to graduate college, and then I'm definitely probably moving up to Austin, if not Austin, San Antonio for sure.
Yeah.
Just there's more opportunities up here than Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
There's not much going on down there.
Yeah.
So.
Which is okay. I mean, that's why I left Illinois. It's like most people that are normal leave their hometowns. People that are normal don't stay in their hometown and settle down at 16 and stay there forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely get out if you can, if you want to get out. And I moved across the fucking country, and it was the best thing I've done. I've talked to you about that many times. But yeah, what James talked about being freed like a bird. It was like, because you got your nose pierced that first time, because it was right after I got my nose pierced. Yeah, you got your nose pierced. You got to go out for the first time. You got to just feel like what the social life is like. Because you've seen like in my Snapchat story where everything's just like all the time, and you're like, I want to go to this, and I'm like, we'll get you there.
Yeah,
like,
and even like, I mean, just the city is so different than the Corpus. Like Austin is just there's different people. Everyone's nicer here. Like in Corpus, like even if you go out to like a bar or a club, like a lot of people just want to fight, dude. Like a lot of people are just mean. You know what I mean? Like they're not like just like good time people. Like they're like mad about something. Like it's always something bitter about them. And so like, no offense to all the people in Corpus, I love you. I love you guys. I love my city. But like,
fuck Corpus.
but like, it's just that's been my experience. Every time I go out, there's always some kind of problem with something, and it's like. In Austin, I mean, there was like no problems at all. Like the first time that I came up, and like it was just fun. There was cool people everywhere. You know what I mean? We met people like that. We're just there having a good time. And, like I definitely wouldn't get that experience in Corpus. Like
no,
at least from my experience. Like you know, other people have something else to say about it, but like from me, I haven't experienced that in Corpus.
And your experience is what matters the most.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're worried about.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're imagining being me today,
exactly,
not anyone else.
No, but that, like what you said about Austin, that's been my favorite thing too. Is like I noticed that when other places I went out, it's like people look for fights and shit like that. And like me personally, I'm never gonna fight somebody. Like I have too nice of a face. If someone tries to fight me, I'm gonna shoot you in the knee and I'm gonna walk away. I don't have time to fight you. Like I don't want to.
That's why we buy guns in Texas.
Exactly. That's why. Like it's just I keep the gun on me. That's all. But no, so. Like growing up in Corpus, is Corpus the only place you've lived in?
Yeah, this is born and raised down there. Yeah,
Has your family always been there?
Family's
too,
always been there. I have a little bit of family up here in San Antonio, like my like one aunt and uncle, but like that's it. All my family, from grandparents all the way down to me, even my great grandparents lived in Corpus. So
Okay.
that's all we've like known. You know, we have a couple people that get out and like I said, like some in San Antonio, but none of them like far. You know.
Okay. So what was it like growing up there? Because I mean, I've never been to Corpus, and I'm sure like anyone that knows me that's watching it hasn't probably been there either. Because like most people I know stay in Illinois.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it even like? Is it a small town? Is it big? Is there a lot to do?
There, it's like a medium town. Okay, this is so like random, but like I literally got a question wrong on like my 5th grade like test because it said, is Corpus a big city or a small city? And I put a small city because it is compared to Austin, Houston, Dallas, and I got it wrong. It's a medium city. It was like a trick question. I was like, dude, like what the fuck?
So we didn't even have a right answer.
Yeah, it was like it's a medium-sized city. I'm like, okay, whatever. So like, and a lot of people call it like a retired city and like, a retirement city, and it really is. Like, there's a lot of like old white people that like live there, and like it's just a place to calm down. Like, it's not a big party scene. It's not a big like production scene, let's say, like for filmmaking and stuff like that. Like, it's really a lot of people that are just doing their 9 to 5, and they're go to Hurricane Alley every now and then, which is like a small little water park that we have.
Okay,
and we have
about to say there's just a spot where all the hurricanes.
It's
a coastal town, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and we do get hurricanes quite often. Imagine just one alley.
That's what I thought.
Every hurricane ever.
It's just destruction.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just a place to live. It's like, you know, it's nothing crazy. There's some stuff to do. There's antique shops and like there's like
antique shops.
Yeah, like, I mean, like I don't know. You can find stuff to do if you hang out with the right people. Like anything is fun really when you're you're with the right people. Yeah, I got it. I'm having a stroke, but it's okay. I got it. Yeah, and so like I don't know, it just depends who you hang around. A lot of people hate on the city. A lot of people hate on the people in the city. Yeah. And like there's bad people everywhere. You know what I mean? You have to just weed them out and like not focus on them, and you focus on the people that bring value to your life and stuff like that. So I love my city. I love the people I hang around with in my city. But a lot of people have other things to say. Okay.
I was going to say, you have defended it always. Whenever Alex makes a joke about it, you're like, no, hold on.
Not my city.
You're like, hey, no. Because
it is a beautiful city. Yeah. Like, we have palm trees. Like, it's like a mini, like in LA.
Is it like Florida almost?
Yeah. I mean, it is, because we're on the coast. So we have a beautiful shoreline. We have beautiful palm trees. We have beaches. Like, all the stuff that like a beach person would love, you know? So like
retirement, like
exactly.
Old money. Is it like wealthy?
Yeah, it is. Like down ocean is like I mean, there's bad parts in every city, but like we have like down ocean, it's definitely all like the rich people, like with mansions, like balconies that extend over the water and stuff like that.
That's nice.
Yeah,
it's a different life there.
It is a different life.
It's a different life. You get a house like that.
Yeah, and it's the price of a apartment in LA. Yeah, Texas is cheap, man.
Yeah, that's like I don't even want to own a home, but like lately I've been having thoughts. I'm like, maybe I should just buy a fucking house out here.
Yeah, fuck it.
I don't know. I'm not a huge property guy. I'm not huge like you got to invest in 5 homes by the time you're. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
We all die anyways, man.
Exactly.
You don't take
it's
that
like
to
keep
heaven.
the money, but like you buy a car.
Yeah.
Fuck around with a car.
Drive around with
fun.
car.
Like
But can't drive a house.
No, you can't drive
unless
a house.
Unless you buy a driving house.
It could be a mobile home.
Yeah.
You could live in the RV park next to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I haven't.
There's an RV park next to Buc-ee's. And
really?
I like have a tweet in my drafts. I'm like, I just want to live at the RV park.
Just drive, man. Just drive wherever. Fuck it.
God. But I wanted to go back to like you mentioned the filmmaking. I want to get into that, but maybe this ties in with it. Like, because I want to know about, like, because you're in college for filmmaking right now, right? Mm-hmm. I want to know about, like, high school James, and, like, when did James come to the knowing of, like, when did you, because I feel like you have this personality of, like, who you are, and, like, one thing I really like to talk to people about is, like, how did you become, like, when did you know you're, like, oh, like, I'm, like, this type of person, and I'm going to ride this, like, who I am? So it's like, how was your high school then?
Great question. Great question, because my high school the people, I don't think any of my high school like people that knew me would watch this because we're not really close anymore like that. But like the people that knew me in high school, like from sophomore, junior year, and maybe even the beginning of senior year, like I am so different from now.
Really?
Like literally like a different person. You wouldn't even believe like the shit that like I like was into and stuff like that. Like I was into like chains, like trap music, like
oh my god,
upgrading my car, like hella. Like I was so materialistic, and like senior year was when I really like opened my mind and like with like my mind space and like my head, like my mindset, and like I figured out who I wanted to be, and like that changes like your values in life, obviously, you know. And so like I stopped wasting money on like dumb stuff like that, and I focused more on like who I want to be. And so to the question, when did I figure that out? Was like senior year, like that I met like my two best friends, Bree and Lex, and like
you still friends with them?
Yeah, we're still. I mean, they're like my family, and they like just pushed me to be like me, and like I feel like also like they're similar to me, you know what I mean? So like becoming so close with them made me more like them, and like that's who I am really. Instead of like the people that I was hanging around and like trying to be because I was with them, you know. And
what
so
was
like
that crowd?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It was a bad crowd. It was like a wannabe ghetto crowd, and like it was. And I went to like the richest, whitest school in Corpus, so like
it always has that crowd.
It's all just the front. Like I know all the people there, like most of them are fronting, and it's like, the person that I became like senior year when I like figured out who I wanted to be and stuff like that, and like instead of like trying to just be like everyone else, that's whenever I really changed. And like,
was there like a moment that sparked it?
I wouldn't say a specific moment, but it was just like just that whole senior year was. I think I was just hanging out with my best friends so much, and like I felt comfortable around them to be like who I wanted to be, and then I was meditating a lot. I was figuring out like my own self, and that's when I realized I was like, dude, like I've been putting on a front like who I've wanted to, or not wanted to be, but who I am like to everyone, like, and like. So now I've been like my true self, I think, recently, within the past like 2 years, I guess, since I've graduated. But yeah, I mean, the person that I was, it's crazy. Like it's just funny. Like I see snaps sometimes, and I'm like, oh my god, I was just like a fuck boy, you know, just a straight fuck boy. And I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Like I'm so different now. Yeah. I would have never worn a jean jacket 3 years ago.
Like the style changes, the mind changes, like your goals change. God, I would love to see wannabe ghetto James.
Oh, I'll show you some snaps.
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
I never knew that, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was into like Migos, and you know what I mean.
Like that's not.
But like I was
music
like,
not bad,
right? But like when you listen to it a lot, and you listen to like only that, like it influences on what you like and what you want to be, and then that definitely wasn't me. Okay. Like, you know, back then, I that was just me trying to fit in with like what was cool and like what people wanted. And now I don't give a shit. Now you know what I mean? I'll be whoever I want to be, and like you can eat a dick if you don't like it.
That's what we like to hear, James. The self-confidence. Got to believe in yourself and trust yourself.
Always.
So then during that, like during high school, I mean, obviously you were so busy trying to be the Migos, but were you doing YouTube then?
I wasn't.
Like, because you do what? Like say everything you do.
Okay.
Because I guess we probably could have started with that too. Like, but
I mean, I do photography. I do the filmmaking. I stream every now and then, probably like once every 3 months. Whenever I'm in the mood, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's turn this camera on. Let's stream for a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to learn the guitar. I don't know if that really counts. If you just mean my hobbies in general, I'm trying to learn it still. Just keeping up with it a little bit every now and then. But I mean, that's really it. It's just photography and videography. I do make music videos every now and then. Like an artist will hit me up, and I'll be like, yo, like, let's do it. I fuck with your song. Let's do it. Why not? I want to make more recently. I've been trying to hit up more artists and say, like, hey, let's make some music videos. I think that's the easy way into the filmmaking industry is through music videos because, I mean, there's 20-year-old directors that are, you know what I mean? Like, that are blown up doing the biggest music videos nowadays.
Well, I mean, it's like you got your Cole Bennett's that, like, start a whole festival. You know, it's like, yeah, I see what you mean, especially because music is so constant that it's like there's always a new artist that's going to blow up, and it's like it takes one good music video for you, and then your name's out there for everybody. And then there's artists and the next artist hits you up, and then you keep making, and then that's your income, and then you get known, and then you move on to bigger things if you want to. If not, you stick with music videos, and that's what you love doing. That's definitely what I want to get into. But yeah, so I mean that's what I do for now. I'll be making more content in the future. I've thought about getting into YouTube, like vlogging and stuff like that. But it's a lot to do. It's a lot of dedication. So I don't know if that's really for me. Really. And I feel like the problem with vlogging is like it's it's fun, but it's like when you have someone like a Casey Neistat or like a fitness one like Christian Guzman or something, like they have so much shit going on in their day-to-day life. Like there's content to record.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're like in school and like you work like just a random job, like there's not much, like, what am I going to show you? Like what I ate today and like, I went to work.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, but like you got Casey who like his job is to pick up that fucking camera and find shit to do.
Yeah.
So that was always the problem I ran into too with the vlogging is it's like there's not enough to show because you're just like not at that
level, like that freedom. I think it's freedom that like you can literally go and just do anything. Like I have two friends, they're twins too, and Matt and Nick. If you watch this, what's up? But they have that lifestyle of literally like, I mean, they don't go to school. They make money doing whatever they do. I don't know. They just have money like that. And so like every now and then they just go on a jet ski and just go out there. You know what I mean? And like, or go fishing or whatever. Like whatever they want to do, they go and do it. And like they got pretty TikTok famous too. And because they would just make content a lot. And so like, and they wanted to make it like into a career because I mean they definitely could have if they put the time into it. But I think they got a little tired of it. And so like, I mean. Can't blame them, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, but they definitely had the personality and like the lifestyle to like, hey, let's just take this camera everywhere we go and we'll make shit. Like, yeah.
And they were doing like full YouTube videos with that then?
They tried for a little bit. I edited one or two for them, and then I don't know if they ever posted them, but yeah, they were trying to get into it for a little bit, and I was like, yo, I'm down. Like, I'll help out however I can. Yeah, I was like, I'll help out however I can, dude. Like, you know, because I mean they're my homies too, so like it's not just me like reaching for clout, but like I was trying to help them out too.
Like get in on something.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, exactly. And to work on something too. If I could, I mean, even that alone, like putting my name on a YouTube video, like that I made this, like, you know, so like it's more to add to the portfolio.
Every piece is a building block,
right?
You know, it just gets more and more.
Exactly.
So what is the? I've always wondered, like, what's the process when you're making a music video? That interests me.
So,
like, so what is the behind the scenes? Like, do you plan it? Like,
the ones I have been like little to no planning.
Okay.
Literally just like we listen to the song and we're like, hey, like what kind of idea did you have like when you made the song? What kind of mood were you in? And let's like just replicate that mood.
Okay.
Recently I've been like the people that I've been hitting up recently, I'm like, hey, like let's really plan something out. Like let's plan out either like a story with it, or let's plan out like at least like a shot list, like so we can have something like specific, not just like, hey, oh, this looks kind of cool, let's shoot right here. Like, and so that's what my music videos have been. We're basically just point and shoots.
Okay.
And like, I like my music videos because I've made them.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them that like I've even gotten there because a lot of people don't get that far.
No.
But I definitely know I can make better, you know? And so that's why I'm like, okay, like if we put the time in for the pre-production of planning it, writing it, and like really finding like locations that we love that like fit the song and the story of the song, like it's gonna be such a better music video just that on its own, you know. And so that's what like the planning would be. I would figure out what the story is, make a story if you don't have a story. If it's some rap song, like just make a story with it, like, you know. It doesn't have to be like the most like Adele kind of story with
like
it, you know.
Full production thing.
Right. And so yeah, just figuring out the story and then shooting it. And then once you shoot it, you just put it all together, edit it together. My style isn't really high, like big on effects. I want to get more into VFX. I think it's cool. I think it's really interesting, like 3D and CGI and stuff like that. But mine's really simplistic and like professional and like cinematic is what people say. That's more my style, at least.
Because how much time goes into like the effects part of it? Because I've seen shit like that, and like I mean, I would have no idea where to start. Like you have to open like, I know it's Cinema 4D. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, that's
like
one of the biggest
3D modeling and shit like that. I used to do that for like I used to make intros with Cinema 4D and then like bring them into After Effects and try to put the flares and the lights and all that shit. And it's like, I couldn't even imagine. Like, you could probably spend like days in there, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For music videos.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the time of the editor. Like, I try to knock out videos as much as I can, but then, like I said, I don't do like big on effects. Like, I'm not like huge on doing like high end effects. So like, my videos are pretty like short with the effects. And I mean, you could spend like months doing like effects depending on like what you're working on. One of the my favorite CGI artist, Ian Hubert, he just released an episode that he made all entirely in Blender for free. And it took him 3 years, and it's a 23-minute long episode, but it's beautiful, dude. Okay. Beautiful. Like, it's like a dystopian kind of like the society, like, It's so nice, man. It's like, it's beautiful.
And it's just fully animated.
Fully animated, all in Blender. There's real footage of like the main actress and like a couple little extras, but they're like composited into like the CG world.
What does composite mean? Like it looks like it's CG?
Yeah, so they like shoot in a green screen and take off the green screen, put it in like you could scale it up and down, put it wherever you want in this like 3D world, and then it looks like it's part of it. And so it all looks like real footage, but like. I mean, there's stuff in there. It's like super like mechanical. I'm trying to think of a movie to compare it to. I would say like Ready Player One.
Okay.
If you've seen Ready Player One,
I've definitely seen the trailer for it.
Yeah, the world, not the like the VR world, but like their actual world that they live in. Like it's kind of like really like poor, and it's like, but it's like super mechanical for some reason. Like there's a lot of like there's like RVs stacked on each other, like in this like big like structure, and like that's like their apartment basically. Like and so like that's how this film is. It's called Salad Cup.
Salad Fingers.
That's that's the episode name on YouTube. It's Dynamo Dream is like the series, but episode 1 is Salad Cup. It's really good. Check it out if you can.
Well, hey, they're not sponsoring the thing, so let's I'm gonna beep out that name. No, I'm kidding.
It's just a cool video. It's a cool video, and he's a big inspiration to me. Like VFX wise, I would love to be a VFX artist like that and make CGI stuff, dude. That's so cool to me. That you can make like any world that you want.
Have you had any classes about that then? Because you're in school for filmmaking.
Yes, I'm in school for filmmaking. I haven't taken a class for CG. Most of the classes I've taken since I'm only 2 years in, like I'm not like on the graduate side. I'm still undergrad.
Yeah. Math and bullshit.
Yeah, well, not even that, but just like even the basics into my intro. I mean, into my major are like really intro. Like they're like, oh, what is storytelling? And like, here's storytelling. This is like the story arc of this character. And then like we talk about some films. We talk about a little bit of editing. It depends what classes you take. But the classes I've taken, they've been like really basic. Like, okay, this is how you put a film together. Like this is a basic video, no effects. Like just get the story told kind of thing. And so this last class I took, advanced post production, we finally talked about like editing and like VFX stuff, and we did like the smallest amount of VFX that you could. Yeah. But I mean, we're getting there, you know.
Okay.
But
put
most
a sepia filter
over. Yeah, color grade it, and that's it. There's your effects.
Okay.
But I mean, most of the stuff I do know is off of YouTube. Like, I mean, there's tutorials for anything nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's what like is the beauty of it, is you can self-teach so much shit, especially when it comes to like creative things. I almost feel like you get more out of like teaching yourself when it comes to creative wise than like you would at school, right?
Yeah, I mean the one thing that's hard to do, following like tutorials, like so for me personally with Blender, like that's a 3D system. It's like Cinema 4D, but it's free. And like the problem that I've had is like figuring out new things with that, like with the information you get from a tutorial, and then like applying it to like the project that you're working on. That's like really hard, because you're like, wait, how do like, because you kind of need, like for me personally, I need that. It's like step by step, like, okay, I do this and this and this, and then now I have that. And I'm like, okay, wait, but how do I make a curtain? Like if you taught me how to make a couch, but like I need a curtain. It's like, and you know, so like just something like that. Like it's like you have to like apply it to like your own project, and that's where it gets kind of complicated. But if you have dedication, you can figure it out, you know, or another tutorial.
Yeah, right? Just find another one, find a curtain tutorial.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be there. There's always one there.
Yeah, so that's what I've struggled with, is like applying like the properties of the first tutorial like into your own project, so, like where it's like too specific for tutorials. So, yeah.
Okay. When did you first pick up a camera?
First picked up a camera. So it's funny, is I didn't even get into cameras. It was my brother that got into cameras. I don't know if y'all know who Ian Dior is, but he worked with
the music guy, right?
Yeah, the music guy. Yeah, he worked with my brother at UPS, and he was. This was before he blew up, and so like he was like, hey, like you should get a camera. You should be my film guy. Like, yeah, because they were close. They worked together and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, he had a photographer. He wanted a videographer. My brother bought a camera. And then I just like picked it up, and I was like, "Hey, like this is cool, man!" Like,
when was this, by the way? My bad.
This was December 2019.
Okay, so this is kind of recent.
This was 2 years ago, I think, or something like that. We're in 2021, right? Yeah. It's been
probably.
Yeah, it's been a little over 2 years, I think. Maybe it was 2018. I don't know. It was my senior year. I know that. And so, yeah, that's whenever I picked it up, and I was like, oh, let me learn about this. Like, let me, like, because we were going to, like, do this, like, duo brother thing, like, of, like, hey, we're going to film for artists and stuff like that, for music artists. And I picked up the camera and I was like, okay, well, we need to figure it out. Like, well, let's look up, like, what does a shutter mean? What does aperture mean? What is ISO? Like, let's look up some good compositions, some good whatever, some lenses. And I fell in love with it, man. I was just watching YouTube video after YouTube video. Peter McKinnon was like my biggest.
I know that name.
He's close
I've
with
definitely
Casey.
watched
He's
that,
close with
yeah.
Casey and Neistat. Yeah, so he was my biggest inspiration, and it started with photography. I think, like, I mean, I was doing videos at the time with my brother, but it was more like we need to figure out photography first because that's like the intro, and then you can move up to video. You can move up to moving pictures once you figure out this basic photography, like the settings and colors and stuff, like composition and stuff like that. Then you can move up to video, and so that's whenever I was like really getting into it, and I was making videos and stuff, and that's whenever like I've made the videos that I have on my YouTube, and I'm proud of them, you know. But it's just like now I'm like 2 years into it, now I could like do something so much more, you know. So that's what I'm aiming for this summer and this year, but for 2021, definitely trying to.
Because I was gonna say, your photography, I've always seen your photography on Twitter. It is really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's, especially when you do like the cityscapes and landscapes and shit like that, it comes out great.
Thank you.
Like, I've wanted to get an actual like out photo shoot from you, definitely. Like, I still want to do something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it's photography is so fun, especially when you do it for yourself. Like having clients is nice too, and it's like a good source of income. But doing it for yourself, doing it as like a hobby, and you're like, oh shit, like this looks nice. Let me take a picture of this, and like let me figure out the best look for this like setting that I'm in. You know, that's really fun to do, man. It's a blast, and like so I fell in love with that. I fell in love with like landscape photography. I would love to travel, and like. Even if I had like a model to bring with me or just like a friend, you know, like
model.
Not like a model, one of the ladies,
like,
right, or just a subject, a subject to like, hey, like let's go here and let's find out like the best like environmental portrait for this like area, you know, even if it's environmentals, that's nice too, but like having a portrait has like a little bit more of a story with it. So.
Would you ever do like a backpacking trip where like, you know, people do van life and like they document it and shit like that? Would you do something like that with a camera? Probably
for a little bit. Like I wouldn't mind. I don't see why not, you know, like traveling for a little bit, just me and myself and I.
Whoever,
yeah, and just figuring out where to go and finding out spots and stuff. I think you could get definitely some nice shots.
Yeah, there's probably a fuck ton of content too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People would want to keep up with that.
Yeah.
So with YouTube, have you made? I feel like I haven't really I've only seen your like production video stuff. Like, have you ever tried to do gaming video? Because you said you do Twitch.
Yes.
So like, have you tried the gaming video alley? Have you tried the like? When did you find YouTube, and when did you like fall into that hole? Because I feel like every internet kid has fallen into the YouTube hole.
You mean like trying to be a YouTuber kind of thing, or just
the whole mix of it, like finding YouTube and then like getting ingrained in the YouTube culture, and then like trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna make videos now.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we all have the same experience, huh?
I think so, dude. Like,
so for me, it was it was like back in like like Black Ops 2.
Yeah, what Call of Duty was it?
It was Modern Warfare 2,
it was
man.
Call of Duty.
It was Call of Duty. It was Modern Warfare 2 with FaZe, with the whole FaZe thing.
Yep.
They were, I mean, that's whenever I found out I wanted to be a video editor.
Okay.
Like, I was editing videos even back then because my friends were the trick shotters. My friends were good at trick shotting, and they were good at like quick scoping and stuff. So they had the clips, and I was the one that was like never like getting the good clips. Like, I was like, that's a clip, but it's not a banger.
So did you have, what capture card did you have?
I had it. Well, I didn't have. My friend had an Elgato.
He had an Elgato back then?
He had an Elgato,
back in MW2?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
He spent a bag on that.
Do you remember the Dazzle?
No.
You've never seen a Dazzle?
No.
Okay, there was this fucking, like, you know, off iCarly, the pear shape on the back of the Max?
Yeah.
A Dazzle looked identical to that.
Really?
And it was like the fucking, was the Elgato like the red, yellow, white cords?
I don't remember what, like, it probably was. I don't see why not. But I never handled that. Like, he would just email me the files, and like I would just download them and edit them together. Like, I never had like, because like I said, like I never hit clips. So like I never needed to record my clips. So
dude, that was like, I remember gaming videos were so crazy to see. Like, do you remember Hutch and like Machinima and all that shit?
Yeah, I remember Machinima. Yeah.
Like, the amount of, like, I got so ingrained into that, and I had a Dazzle for a little bit, and then I got the HD PVR.
Yeah, I think that's the one that my friend had.
That, like the fucking box thing that's like that big, and it's got all the cables coming out the back.
And he put it on. I remember because he had it like on his Xbox.
Oh, like, yeah.
And it was
you
just
had to because the cords.
It was like a second Xbox. Like, it was like, Jesus, what's that thing?
Dude, that thing was fucking insane to have. But I remember, yeah, I had the HD PVR, and then it's like, then you just like, okay, I'm gonna make a live com, but you're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And
you're like, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Okay, so were you not making any of your own videos? You were only editing, or were you trying to make like little things on your own?
I think I was editing. I was just editing.
What program?
Sony Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Sony Vegas
Hell yeah.
Pro, yeah.
Cracked or you paid
Cracked.
for it?
Oh, 100% cracked.
Good.
I was like 15. I definitely did not have money to pay for it. Maybe
God.
younger than 15, really.
Dude, I don't mean to go off on this tangent too, but it's like you have the knowledge of like how to get a cracked program, and you'd be like, to me, it's second nature. Like, oh, like here's Photoshop, here's Final Cut, here's Premiere, here's whatever. Name any program you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know exactly how I'm going to go get this for free, and I'm going to have it in the next 15 minutes.
Yep.
But then, like, you talk to other people, and they're like, yeah, I paid like $800 for Sony Vegas. And I'm like,
You
what?
guys, yeah. And it still doesn't work for them.
Yeah, no, it still doesn't work. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's this whole niche of like, I think the people that grew up on the same things you and I did of like, you just know how to game the internet too.
Yeah.
Like how to get certain things when you need them.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people that don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't mean to be like,
Go ahead.
I don't mean to be like sexist, but like, I feel like it's guys that have this knowledge
Yes.
that can figure out, hey, I know where to get this.
Yeah.
I can figure out a PC. I can build a PC
Yeah.
like that. And like, obviously there's girls out there that can do it too. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
of
saying
course,
like that
no.
it's one-sided completely.
Yeah.
But I think the majority, like, guys have just been into that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and girls are into other things. And like,
Yeah.
so guys have figured out how to like,
Yeah.
just
Because they're just on it. 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
they're
girls
on
aren't,
it all
like,
the time.
playing
Yeah.
Call of Duty all day long.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like you're playing Call of Duty, then Call of Duty goes hand in hand with YouTube and the internet.
Yeah.
And it's like you
You
put
go
two and
watch.
two together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I definitely know how to figure stuff out on the
Yeah.
internet. And like, and it's so frustrating to me, especially with like my mom too, like with the TV, like she cannot figure out the TV to save her life. And it's like, it's really not hard.
A Fire Stick's got 5 buttons.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking puzzle.
Compared to like a PC and figuring out how to download this program, it's like just press on, and then the input, and then that's it.
I
Like,
stopped buying electronics for my family because like every
They don't know
Christmas
how
I'll
to do
buy
it.
something and then I spend the whole Christmas setting it up and teaching them, and I'm like, I don't even answer when people ask me like for tech help now. Like I don't even answer.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like like unless I'm getting paid for it, I don't want to help. And I don't mean to
Yeah.
be a dick, but it's like the exhaustion of like trying to say click this. No,
no,
click
not that right. No, to the right. And it's like, Jesus. Yeah. Just,
it's just a barrier. It's
Yeah.
like not an intellectual barrier, but it's just like that. It could be well, you can't even say it's an age gap because there's people our age that can't figure shit out either.
yeah. I think it's just the comfortability with it. We grew up on it. We know it. We're on it all the time. Like that's our lifehood, you know? And then you get somebody that's not on it all the time and hey, figure this out. And it's like, oh, I can't do that. And I mean, it's the same thing.
way.
It's the same thing. Like right now with me with like 3D programs, if somebody like was like, hey, go on Cinema 4D and I'm like, whoa, dude, hold on. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. Like,
Do you have a template?
but like, yeah, like where's the tutorial on YouTube real quick?
Yeah.
Hold on, and then I'll follow that.
Let
Like,
me download the project file.
yeah, because like I mean we're all bad at something when you're new at it, you know. And like I said, even with photography and stuff like that, like the amount of progress that you make, like just like instinctive, like you don't even realize it. Like I feel like haven't had a big leap, you know what I mean? But like when I look at a picture that I've taken recently compared to like when I first started, like it's so crazy the difference in quality and like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so before I brought us on that tangent, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we
go.
were talking about Sony Vegas and we were talking about
Yeah.
what videos you were making.
Yeah,
back
so
in
I was
Modern Warfare 2 era.
yeah. So my friends were trick shotters. They were feeders. They were dude, I wanted to be FaZe Barker so bad, man.
Okay.
But I didn't have. I had a laptop. I had like the shitty like Dell laptop that like had so many viruses on it because I would download.
What were you watching, James? What would you do on that laptop?
Downloading cracked Sony Vegas versions.
Oh, the keygens? Do you remember? I remember opening a keygen in the middle of the night and that loud ass techno music. It's
Jesus.
just bum, 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 bum.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, those were a fucking
Yeah,
nightmare.
I mean, it's just me trying to figure out, you can do this effect with this program real quick. Like, it's super easy. And then it's like, okay, let me download that real quick.
Yeah.
And then it just slows that shitty ass laptop down. I mean, we still have it to this day, but I haven't touched it in forever. I remember we reset everything on it and it works fine now. My dad has it.
Yeah.
But like at the time, it just was not enough for like what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Could probably do it now on my PC at my
yeah.
house, you know. But like now, I mean, my interest is different. I want to be more into CG and VFX, not really just like video game editing montages, you know. So
those editors make a lot of fucking money, though.
yeah, they do. Now they do.
Yeah.
Now back then, I mean, Barker had talked about it a little bit. That he was like getting scammed for like how much work that you put in.
So
back
who was
then.
Barker? Was he?
He was
editor?
like the #1 phase editor. Yeah,
Oh,
like he made like all the phase Tages. He made like for Jever with Phase Jev. Like he made like the biggest like montages back then, and they were so like ahead of its time. Like now you could do it like maybe like in a day on like Premiere or After Effects, but back then when you're on like Sony Vegas and like maybe After Effects, like figuring out and like getting it all done, like the technology then was not there how it is now, and so he was ahead of his time. Like. That's why, like, I wanted to be him so bad because it was so cool. Like, he was just different. Like, it was different than what you saw, like, with everyone else.
See, I like how you followed like the editors too.
Yeah,
you weren't following like the people that were like in front of it. You're like the people, like you're like, I want to make this.
Yeah. And that's whenever I knew I wanted to get into like editing. Like, that's when I was trying to edit it and stuff like that. And then so I drifted away from that with like middle school and high school. I was like in baseball and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm not really caring about gaming that much. And then when I got back into cameras, I was like, oh, it's all related. I was like, you know, Premiere, Sony Vegas, like it's all the same thing. Like that, like I've been doing back when I was making montages for my friends. I was like, so that's why I was like already ahead, like with Premiere. Like I was like, oh, I know how to cut. I know how to like trim things and like edit the sound and like the speed ramp it, you know what I mean, and like add a flash or whatever, like so I was like, okay, like I have like the basics down already, so like, okay, where's the intermediate tutorials at, you know? So like I hop back into it and I'm like, I would say like I've caught on pretty quick, not to brag, but like to brag.
I've seen James's work. It is good. It speaks for itself. Like I've seen that, like when you post videos, like even I think, what was the one you did? The one you did that I really liked was it was whenever you were on the like the pier, and I think someone was skating or something, and you were just following them with the longboard, right?
Yeah,
like that was really good.
Yeah,
like,
and that was like
amazing. Like it all like it flew, like it was good.
Yeah, thank you. And that video, it's like I think I put 1 or 2 edits in there, like with like I drew like there's one shot where she's like on her skateboard and she has like a little tattoo on the back of her leg, and like I just did the little After Effects like drawing thing, and I just traced that like the tattoo, and that was it. And like I think that's the only effect in the video. Just because that's, I don't know, it's more like cinematic. I don't want like the effects to take away from like the shot quality. You know, like I didn't rent it. I bought that anamorphic lens, and I was gonna use it more often.
What is anamorphic?
Anamorphic, so like on this you're watching it in 16:9, and anamorphic like squeezes the top or like it squeezes it left to right, so that way in post you stretch it back out, and that's how you get like the widescreen look and you get the black bars on the top and bottom. Yeah, and then it also adds like lens flares to it, so like it just looks because like the way it like stretches it and stuff like that, like the lens flares are like horizontal. It's so nice. So yeah, I bought that lens because it's like the cheapest lens on the market for like for DSLRs, and so yeah, I was like, let me try it out. So me and my friend, and there's no story to that video, like it's literally just her like skating around and like I'm just following her, but like and it's like has like some music over it, but like it was just me testing out the shot and like testing out like the lens and like figuring it out. And then I was like super broke, dude. So I was like, let me return this. I was like, I could use that money back. I was like, let me get that money back. So I don't have it anymore. Oh shit. But I would definitely buy it.
Amazon?
Yeah, it was.
You should have just said it didn't show up.
Well, I got my whole. Oh, I should have. Wow.
You get
your money back.
You get at least like you could do that a couple times a year if you're smart about it. You do a couple times a year.
Damn, I didn't even.
As long as it's under
that.
$1,000. If it was over 1,000, they launch an investigation. Don't ask how I know. I don't know nothing. I don't know dick about shit, but I've heard rumors.
Yeah. I saw that it was free returns or whatever. Like you get all your money back for like 2 months, I think. So like,
Amazon's good about that.
Yeah. So I was like, after it was like a month. Like I had it for like a week. We shot, and then like 2 weeks later, I was like super broke, and I was like, okay, let me just return this. Like I was like, that was a lot of money, and like I'm really gonna use it only for recording like films, like or like music videos, you know. And like even then, it was like a manual lens. I hate manual lenses, like which is like frowned upon. Like a lot of filmmakers like only use manual.
Yeah, because people kind of shit on autofocus a lot.
Yeah, they do. Okay. But like when you spend a lot of money on a camera that can do it for you, like you use it. You know what I mean? Like why am I gonna spend like like this much money on a camera that has like perfect eye autofocus, like it focuses perfectly on their eye, like, and then just, oh no, let me go in manual and let me misfocus on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, or not on purpose, but accidentally. But still, like, I mean, I'm gonna rely on my camera because I paid money for it. So like,
is there an elitist culture in like film?
Well, what do you mean?
About like at least like that. That's a good example right there.
Like
it's
the people like, oh, you use autofocus. Yeah,
like autofocus.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And I feel like,
do you run into, because you work with a lot of other people that film too, or what?
So it's just me and my boss really, but he's like a big time filmmaker. He's old school too. So like he asked me movies.
You do what? Sorry.
Oh yeah. So I have an internship at the university. We are in the marketing and communications department, and so we make like all the little videos for like the university, any kind of events and stuff like that. I make the videos for them, or I help make the videos for them. I've made a couple like by myself, but like really my boss is like the one that approves it. So like
filming and editing.
Right. Yeah. So we they write it. They have writers and stuff like that. So they'll write a script, a shot list, and then we go and shoot it, and then we edit it together.
That's actually pretty cool for an internship.
Yeah, it is cool, and it's paid too. So like
it's
so it's like I'm getting experience, and I'm also making a little bit of money. So, but yeah. Anyway, so we what was I saying? Fuck.
We were talking about like the elitist culture.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Working
so
with other people in film.
Yeah. So it's just me and him really that work together. There's not really anyone else that's like filming or anything like that. But he's like really old school. He's like, we're shooting on 35mm film. Like,
holy
you know what I mean?
shit,
Like, yeah. Like he because he's older, you know. So that's what he grew up on, and I've grown up on DSLRs and stuff like that. And it's like like VFX, and he hates VFX. He's like, no, we're telling a story here. He's like, don't add in muzzle flashes and gunshots and all this stuff. But he's like, unless it's practical. And it's like, holy shit, like, well, I can't just go rent blank guns, you know what I mean? And like, I was like, I don't have the budget for that, or where to shoot them and stuff like that. So like, it's just so much easier to add it in post, like kind of thing. And that's my mindset. And his mindset is like, no, we're doing it like the right way, you know? And so there's definitely an elitist group like that, that like are like, oh, you can't fake it in post, or you can't change it in post. Like, leave it how it is, how it's shot, and then you just cut it together. And so I'm a little bit like that, but I love VFX. Like, I just don't have the knowledge and like the experience of VFX to like do that kind of work. Like, I love Cole Bennett's videos and like stuff like that. The people that like do like even like A$AP Rocky's like his trippy videos where
that LSD
like his LSD it's like dude, that's so cool, it's so creative, it's so different, like you're making like your point with the VFX, so it works. I wish I could do that. I don't have like,
you know White Trash Tyler?
I don't think
have you
so.
seen the what's the song with Travis and Trippie Redd?
Dark Night. Dark Night
Demo or
yeah.
Demo.
Yeah.
Have you seen the music video for that?
Yeah.
So Tyler did the video for that.
Oh, okay.
Tyler did the video for he did the famous music video too. He helped with that. Do you know who Gabe is?
Gabe.
GAB3. Gabe.
No.
Okay, so Gabe, I'm gonna have to show you that after this. But Gabe and Tyler. Tyler was Gabe's intern, and Gabe like has done huge music videos, and he's big with the VFX.
Yeah.
So you would definitely like him. But Tyler did the whole Dark Knight demo video of all the zombies and all that shit. He made Look Mom, I Can Fly, the Trappist documentary.
Yeah.
Like, he's that filmer guy with an artist.
Nice. See, one of my favorite music video directors is Steve Cannon. He has does Juice WRLD's, and he does The Kid Leroy's. Okay. From what I know of, I'm sure he does a lot more.
Yeah.
But those are like the two that like he works with a lot.
Is he heavy on the VFX?
He's not. So that's why I like him, because he's like straight up like, we're getting a good shot, and like that's what we're working with here. Like, The Kid Leroy has one video where it's like super VFX heavy, but I don't even think that's Steve Cannon. I think that's like, I mean, he probably directed it, but like you go and you hire like a VFX like group, like a studio to like.
So there's like teams that are
right. Oh
this.
yeah,
It's
100%.
not just one person.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, especially when you get into big budgets and stuff like that. Like, it's not all going to the director. Like they'll give it to the director, but the director, like, to make the vision like work, they have to go and hire like VFX artists and like set designers and all kinds of stuff like that. And so that's why Cole Bennett started with just by himself, you know, and then now he's this whole production of Lyrical Lemonade, you know? So it's like a whole group of people that are working with him and stuff like that. It's awesome.
What would be like your dream music video? Like at this, well, I guess give it like a couple more years where you have like more experience and you can like lead a team or something. If you could work with like an artist, what would it be? Like, do you ever like daydream about like concepts for people? Like, do you see a music video and you're like, oh, I would have done this or anything like that? What is it for you?
Dude, for me, you're talking about the artist or the idea?
Both of them. Go through both of them.
That's hard.
Dream artist.
Billie Eilish.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah, 'cause
but
you
I
just bought
feel
all
like
our
that's so like of reach now. You know what I mean? Like now
You
she's
can't even say it's a reach because anything can fucking happen.
yeah, but
Like,
she's like the biggest artist of like the
yeah,
time.
you could be the biggest director. Give it to
That is true. Yeah, give me a couple years, guys.
Yeah,
I'll be up there.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That either that her 100%. She's so awesome, dude. Or maybe if we go like smaller, someone like Snot. Snot would be really cool.
Snot,
to work.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, he would be really cool to work with. Trippy Red would be really nice. I mean, I love their music, so like
Yeah.
that's who I would definitely want to work with. Juice WRLD, of course, is like a number one.
Well, he's gone. So
I know, I know, but he's my favorite artist, so I have to mention him at least. I have to say his name once.
I figured.
So yeah, that would be who I'd work with. And then with Billie Eilish, I don't know. I haven't thought about any like ideas really.
I guess you gotta. It'd have to. You gotta
Yeah,
see
it
the
depends on the song,
Talk to
yeah.
her, see what she thinks. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll plan something out.
Yeah,
I'll email her.
Yeah.
I'll email her manager.
You should like when her new album comes out. You should listen to the song. Just email, and be like, hey, listen. So I heard this song, and I think this is what we're gonna have to do for the music video. Just say it like that. Just say, I think this is how we're gonna have to make the video.
Yeah.
And then she just replies back, who the fuck are you?
Say, what do you mean you're from Corpus Christi?
Christy, she'll fly you out. It'll be all
Right?
That'll be it.
That would be amazing. J. Cole wouldn't be bad to work with either.
Okay.
But he
I haven't
has
seen
his
his
own
music videos.
He has decent music videos. Like, I mean, they're really good. Obviously, like he
Yeah.
puts in budget for them. I think it's like him though that really like, hey, we're gonna do it like this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he gives a lot of like director like freedom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's more like, hey, we're gonna do it like how I want to do it. We're gonna do it this way, and like just make it happen.
Because a
You know
lot
what
of
I mean?
artists have that vision.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, like,
yeah,
they
for
make
sure.
the song, they see it in their head, and they're like,
Right.
this is exactly how it's going to
100%.
go. Like,
Yeah,
I know
and-
Travis is like that.
Yeah, and that's why it's a collaboration. There's a lot of directors that like have artists hit them up, and they're like, "Hey, like, I know Cole Bennett spoke about this. Like, he says like artists will hit him up and be like, "Yo, like, let's make a video for this. I have the money. Like, I'll pay you good, kind of thing." And he's like, "I don't like your song." Like,
Really?
yeah, he's like, "I don't like your music. Like,
Yeah.
it's not something that like would fit my vibe, or like it just wouldn't be like a good like mix." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so he turns them down or whatever. And then like same thing, like vice versa. He'll hit up somebody and he'd be like, "Nah, we're gonna go with these guys instead." So
Okay.
like, it's all like a business, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not just like getting the name, but it's also like making the vision what you want it to be, like truly, not like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I'll settle for this because it's Cole Bennett or because it's Billie Eilish, you know. So, and she directs her own music videos now.
Does she
too.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
she does. I mean, she hires a team obviously, like of
Yeah.
like to produce it, but I think she like writes it and like figures everything out how exactly like she wants it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I love her videos. I do. Her and Harry Styles. Harry Styles has really good music videos too.
Do it? I see. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to Harry
You
Styles.
gotta-
Like, I haven't seen the videos.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He has really good music videos now.
I'm trying to think of like probably my favorite ones I've seen. A lot of Travis's are really good. Cardi. I mean, I love Sky. Like
Yeah.
we watched the Sky one where it's just like it's that weird like mixture of the camera guys like running behind him and you can see it on the store security cameras. Like that would be a fun ass shoot.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. That would be amazing, dude. Like doing something like that where you can just like rent out a place. I would love to do some kind of like street stuff. Like if I could like close off, give me 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Like let me close off this like section, dude, and I mean, you could do so much with 3 blocks. You know what I
that's
mean?
a
Like
lot of fucking
that's a lot
space.
of space. Like a lot of people figure out shit with 1 block, and they're just like, okay, shoot this way on this corner, and then this way on this corner, and that's 3 different streets. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing.
shit,
Like,
okay.
and like, that's a big thing with like making music videos is like location scouting and like I forget the term of it, but it's basically just like doing blockage so that way you have like, okay, we could set up like this and then this is one shot and then we turn around, shoot this way,
Yeah.
change the lights up, and you don't even know it's the same spot.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like I don't want to say like magic, but it is like that.
Oh
that
yeah,
video
the magic of
right?
filmmaking, yeah,
Okay.
100%. And then editing too, like even if you start putting like effects everywhere on it, like it's
You have no idea what the
yeah,
fuck it is.
no idea. So it's cool.
Okay.
All right, what are we?
I was gonna say we're coming up on an hour. I don't know. We could keep
man.
going.
We
I
can keep
mean,
going.
there's other things we wanted to talk about. I know that.
What else do you want to talk about? Let's keep going.
Yeah, why not? I'm trying to think. I want to go more. Well, I want to. I know what question I want to end it with. I don't want to ask you that.
Okay.
Because that's like going to be about you.
Okay.
But I want to talk about more things that we have like that we've been through. Not like through like us doing things in person, but like that we've been through like growing up and like kind of talk more about YouTube and Twitch. And what you think this whole media landscape is going to turn into? Like, what do you think? What do you think content creation is going to turn into in the next like Because I mean, we already know right now. I'll give you my perspective. Like right now, I see content is like you look at TikTok and it's the biggest platform I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like there's been your Reddit, your Twitch, your Vimeo. Like I can't really say Vimeo, but like TikTok there's bar none. Nothing's been like it. Vine was close.
Super close.
People thought Vine would never be replaced, and now TikTok they just added 3-minute videos though.
Oh really?
TikTok. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I don't have it downloaded anymore.
Really?
I can't, dude. It's so addicting. It's like I will get on it for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, let me just watch a couple of videos. Someone will send me a video, and I'll be like, okay, let me just check it out real quick. And then just instinctively you scroll, and then you just, oh, what is this video? Oh, it has like 16 million likes. Let me watch it too. Like, and then you're just trapped. You're trapped for 3 hours.
And the problem with that algorithm is it caters to you.
Yeah,
like that For You page is for you. It's gonna show you everything you want to see, and that's like because it knows you just keep going and going.
Yeah, and dude, I get videos that are like old, like like months old. That like it's just like it knows that that's what I want to watch because it's about freaking League of Legends or it's about like cinematography kind of thing.
And I think it reads. I hate to be like conspiracy guy, but well, no, it's not even conspiracy. It's like confirmed. Like it analyzes all the shit on your phone.
Oh yeah.
So it tells like if you Google something, like if you're Googling a certain game, Googling like a race or something, like it's gonna start showing you videos about that.
Yeah.
If you're going through like. I know I've seen multiple times where like a lot of people are like going through a breakup or something. Then it's like your For You page is a bunch of sad shit because your phone like TikTok knows like, oh, he's talking about all this or she's talking about all this. Like, let's make him sad.
Or not even that, but like, I mean, so I was talking to this girl and she's like super spiritual kind of thing. And like her For You page is all spiritual people that are like
tarot cards and
shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and so like she just sees all this information and like she like is like, okay, it's gotta happen because this person on TikTok said it. And that's like my biggest pet peeve really of like this like day and age is like the whole like, oh, I saw it on TikTok or I saw this TikTok that like, and it's like, dude, don't believe everything you see though.
Almost every conversation starts with, hey, I saw this TikTok the other day. Or like the food even, like I'm gonna make this recipe from TikTok or like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to this store from TikTok. And it's like there's places in Austin that like we try to go, like when I was with Ashley and everybody, we try to go to this crystal shop. We go there and the line's like down the block, and then Ashley's like, oh fuck it, like a TikTok just went viral.
Oh, probably.
So it's like everybody's there. Like it translates into real life, which is scary.
Yeah, it's a trend. It's literally like the thing of like trends. Like, and the thing where I really feel like I noticed it was the dude on the skateboard like singing the Fleetwood Mac and like with the Cranberry.
Like
that was the moment where it's like, oh shit, this is like actually like influencing people and like more than just like a viral video.
Yeah.
But like, why is Cranberry? There's a fucking Cranberry shortage now.
Out.
Yeah, it was like sold out like in so many stores, and it's like, what the fuck? That's so crazy, man.
It's just scary that something is that powerful,
so influential.
Like, and I'm trying to think too, like with YouTube's never been like that.
I feel like YouTube has always been like just a viewing experience.
Yeah.
TikTok is like an interactive like, oh, this random person is doing it, so like I'm doing it too. Not just a celebrity, but like or someone that like you would consider like a content creator.
Yeah.
But just like a random person that's on my For You page, and then like it happens to go viral, and now everyone's buying cranberry juice kind of thing. And like if you watch the YouTube video, like it's not the same thing. That's just the view. It's just the view, and then you move on.
And then the comment section is just dog shit.
Right.
Like, it's not anything. It's a bunch of weird people copy and pasting the same thing.
Yeah.
To try and get top comment.
Yeah.
That whole YouTube comment section is weird. Have you ever been a commenter?
No, never.
No, neither have I.
Never.
I might say like every now and then if it's something that like I really like, I might say like one thing, but like not like the weird attention seeking thing.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. The people that do that are interesting. The people that I always think about disliked like people, like the people that dislike videos. It's like like how I don't know. I don't want to say miserable. But
no, it is.
But just how, like you're just pouring negativity into the world. Like, just like the video. Why do you have to? Why or if you don't like it, just move on.
Yeah.
Why do you have to actually like?
Well, no, it's because some people are miserable. And it's like that translates to Twitter too. Like when you see, like when you scroll through the comments and you just see people like, "You're fucking ugly," and this is awful, and they have no Twitter picture or like whether it's Twitter or YouTube, they have no picture of themselves anywhere, and they're so, like, I say I'm a busy person. But like I'm not always that busy, but like there would never be enough time in my day where I can go on Twitter or any social media and just talk shit all day.
Yeah.
Like I could do it on Counter-Strike because it's with my voice and you have to talk to me, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like I'm never gonna seek somebody out and be like, say something crazy negative like that. I'm glad you see that too, because it's
Yeah.
weird, and you have to think like, who the fuck are these people? Like, what do they look like in real life? What do they do day to day?
What do they do every day? Where do you find the time to be like, you know what? Let me start a conversation, and like let me comment.
Yeah.
And then like if it's important issues, I understand that.
Yeah, like
if it's
politics
shit,
will draw people out. Yeah.
That I understand, but it's when it's literally like a tweet about some bullshit about somebody's like whatever, and then somebody else is like, no, they should be doing it like this. Like, shut the fuck up. Let people live their life however they want to live their life, and like, why does that bother you that much? I'm pissed that I'm pissed about it. Like, because it's like their comments shouldn't even matter to me, but it makes me mad because it's like you need to just shut the fuck up and like let people do what they want to do. Like, your input doesn't matter to somebody else's life.
No, and I think that's what people don't realize. Well, a lot of people like don't have the mental, I don't want to say like the mental health. A lot of people don't have like the mental belief in themselves to like not let other people's opinions affect them. So it's like, I think a lot of those people are trying to, you know, throw things out here and then. And it's like, if you get that reaction from someone, it's like, as soon as you get that reaction, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, I know for like, even when I go on Counter-Strike, when someone reacts to me and like says something snappy back, I start like, I'm sitting there, I don't have the mic down, I start laughing. I'm like, here we go. Like, this is what I was waiting for. You know, because it's fun. Like, but people, they don't, I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to say they're not smart enough. Some people aren't. I mean, some people just aren't on the same mental level as other people. Like, they can't comprehend things. But some people just get so lost in it.
I just think people take it too seriously.
Yes.
Like, even though I'm pressed about it and it makes me upset, like seeing all that, I would never go and like, you need to shut up. You know what I mean? Like, I would never, like, I'm like, oh, like, I just fucking cringe. And then I swipe out of the thread because it's like, okay, it's wasting my time. Like, but it's like, because I would go to the comments most of the time to find like the funny shit or like the shit that like I'm thinking about. Like, I just want somebody else to like have said it, you know? And then I find, well, actually, they shouldn't be like, and it's like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. It's just like, dude, just keep your opinion to yourself. Let people do what they want to do, man. Yeah. Let people be happy.
My favorite thing is like anytime I made a video, like if I ever make a video or like something, someone comments something negative, I honestly just be like, I always just say like, come give me a kiss.
Yeah.
And that if you go to my YouTube videos and look through the comments, you will see that multiple times where I'm like, give me a smooch, baby.
Yeah.
And people lose their fucking mind. They're like, what?
Yeah. It's like, because they don't expect that. They expect the reaction that they want.
Yes. They want you to be mad at them.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's like, why?
You're into comedy a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen Bo Burnham's new special?
I haven't. I think I saw you tweet about it. I've seen a bunch of people talk about it. I've seen the meme where it's like the first 20 minutes and it's like laughing, and then the last it's like super sad, and I'm like, I don't really want to watch it if it's super sad.
It's not necessarily sad. It's just like, it's just a real, like, you like actually see what he's going through kind of thing. Like, but anyway, there's a part in the song. Well, yeah, it is that song. It's about like the internet, and it just, the thing is like that it's anything and everything all of the time. Like, and he's just listing like just random shit, and it's true. Like there is like literally anything and everything, like always on. You can Google something at any time of the day, like anywhere in the world. Like
that is true.
And it's like from straight up like a mechanic tutorial to like fucking girls, you know what I mean? Or like just anything in the world that you can think of, there's something on the internet for it. And it's like, it's so crazy. And like, I tweeted it earlier because I was like, I like the song that he made for it. And it's,
listen to the song.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny song. And like, yeah, it's just crazy that like, so my opinion like on the internet thing is like, just too many opinions that like just shouldn't be. That's it.
Yeah,
just shouldn't be.
People just like, people need to learn when to shut their fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, they don't. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It happens. Life moves on.
And you got people like, well, there's the First Amendment. I can say whatever I want. Like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we all clearly.
We know. We just don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah. To me, it's just like, I think that's why I get so upset, because like there's just people that like are just saying the most absurd things.
Yeah.
And like I can never tell if they're joking or not. And it's like, Jesus. It's like, Jesus, you said that for real?
Yeah.
And it's like,
some people are that miserable.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me. The internet is a scary, scary thing.
It's scary, but it's beautiful.
It is beautiful because we met on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, things like this happen on the internet, which
it's
like
bittersweet.
don't happen to a lot of people.
It's super bittersweet. And like there's a documentary on Netflix, or it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but it's like the Social Experiment, I think. or something like that.
Is that the
no?
one?
That's the one with Mark Zuckerberg. The Social Network. No, that's
It's
Mark
the one.
Zuckerberg.
It's the documentary where like.
It's like
it has the AI in
Yeah.
the room, and they're like
Yeah.
deciding what to put on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And they're like, oh, it's like torturing their mind kind of thing. And,
Yeah.
and then like people need to get off social media and stuff like that. And it's like yes, I understand that. Like I understand that it could be a problem like that.
Yeah.
But also it could be like a beautiful thing
Yes.
if you can just control yourself and not let it consume your life.
Which a lot of people can't.
They can't.
I mean, it's like if you look at the screen time on some people's phones, it's like all
Bad.
day. And I know I'm bad with it. Like I
Yeah.
won't sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm Mr. Like, no, I'm bad with
Yeah,
it. I
me
didn't
too.
have my phone since Sunday,
And you're
and
like-
I can tell you, like yesterday, I got that phone back, and I just fucking like, I just laid there and I just scrolled and scrolled. Twitter,
you had to
Instagram,
catch up. You had to
Facebook. I
catch
just needed it. I like everything.
Yeah.
And it's like those 4 or 5 days I didn't have it, I was just like, I just kept making jokes. I was like, I just want to fucking sit and scroll on something for like 5 minutes and
Yeah.
just fucking, because it's fun. Like it's nice. It's a good, not an escape, because like, I don't have anything I have to escape from. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like
Yeah.
sad in real life, but it's just like, it's just nice. Like
I think
entertaining.
I think it's the basis of like humans wanting to connect with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's what like started it all.
Yeah.
It's just like I have this feeling. Who else has this feeling?
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like, or like experience too. Like, you know, and it's like, let's see who else has this. And oh, you have that. Okay, now we're friends.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like, so people connect through the comment section, and like,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Wait, have you tried VR yet?
I haven't. I was literally just talking to my friends. I wanted to buy a VR set.
I've been thinking about buying one forever.
I was about it because my cousin had one. I was with my family this
Mm-hmm.
past weekend, and my cousin has one. And I was playing Beat Saber, dude. It is so fun. The one with the.
Is it the Vive? Which headset is it?
It's the Oculus.
Okay, yeah. The
Oculus.
Oculus is a really good number.
Yeah. And I was playing Beat Saber for like 10 minutes because it had like 10% battery, and I was like, I just
Yeah.
want to try it, dude. Like, I mean, he's younger. He's like a little kid. He's like, it needs a charge, and I was like, dude, just let me try
needs
it.
to charge.
I was like, just let me try it real quick. Like, I swear, like, if it dies, it dies. Like, you can
Yeah,
charge it
fuck
after.
it.
I was like, I don't like. It's
Yeah.
like I need to be on it for 3 hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
No.
and so I played like 2 songs, and I was so bad at it, dude. But it's
Really?
so addicting. It's
Because
so
that's the one
cool.
where, with the
With
slice.
the with the lightsaber and the cubes, and you like zoom.
Yeah.
It's so fun, man. It was so fun. And there's so much more you can do. It's not just that, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, so I was
There's so
literally
much
talking.
porn. No.
Jesus. Yeah, you can watch anything
Oh,
in
God.
VR.
Do you think? I know people talk about this a lot because we're both into gaming, so it's like, what do you think the next, not 5 years, but like what is the end goal? I guess there's no fucking end goal either. Like, where's gaming gonna go? Do you think VR is gonna catch on like mainstream, or is it gonna stay like you're staring at a monitor, mouse, and keyboard?
I don't know.
Because
It's
I don't even
hard.
consider consoles. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about those. Like,
no,
it's not.
fuck those. They
Yeah.
don't compete.
No.
I don't know, man. So Ready Player One is like that. It's literally like
Yeah.
this VR world that
Yeah.
you go to, and it's like instead of like just consoles or whatever, like with headsets, it's like
Yeah.
you're like in this world kind
Yeah.
of thing. But I think like maybe down the road, if the technology gets a lot better and like a lot more affordable, I think like $400 for just like the actual VR thing is like a little much.
It is a lot
if you
right now.
can't like for us, like we have our money spent on our PC,
Yeah.
which like you can connect to VR, so that's worth it.
Yeah.
But like if you just have the VR thing, I don't think it's like the technology is there yet to like
No.
really expand it to like be able to play like COD, like
It can't be
in
like a
PC.
standalone thing.
Right. It needs to be like compatible with your PC, like
Yeah.
kind of thing. And so I think if the technology gets there in the next few years, I don't see why it wouldn't get bigger. But I can't imagine like esports going to VR
No.
or
I don't think so.
or like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the actual like money and like the reason why people play games.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not like people can go. I think unless, because like what would be cool about VR is if you can like fully immerse into somewhere and not need a controller.
right.
But the only way you're not going to need a controller is if it like,
It's neuro.
yeah, it's like Neuralink.
Yeah.
I hate to say Neuralink, but yeah, that's where I was going to go with that. Is like, you know, if you like actually lay into something and it connects into you, and then you just like it's all controlled by your brain.
Right.
Maybe it'll happen. I mean, we don't know.
I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't happen eventually.
Yeah.
Isn't Elon Musk working on some? Oh, yeah,
Neuralink.
you were the one that was talking about that, right?
Yeah, the Neuralink.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
like
they're working on. I mean, who knows how fucking far he is? They give updates here and there. As of right now, I think the last update I saw is they have it implanted in a pig, and they can read.
that's so
They're translating the neurons from its brain,
Uh-huh.
and they can read like what it's thinking. I
Thinking.
think not thinking, but like something with the actions. I hope I'm not speaking out of my ass. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you are.
But there's something there. They're being able to interpret information from the
Yeah.
brain with that chip that they have in there, and they're supposed to have a human trial coming up because the goal is like the chip is going to be able to read your neurons in your brain and then send electrical impulses back that'll interface with your neurons and then control shit. Because their goal is they want to restore. It's supposed to help. Their first mission is medical. They want medical, and then leisure will come later.
Right.
Like they want to restore. I don't know if they can make you walk. Like they don't want to. I don't think they can make you walk again because that's your spinal cord. But
or do you mean like memory kind of stuff?
Yeah,
like
it's,
Alzheimer's.
like Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
and what's the Alzheimer's and some other ones too. I don't want maybe Parkinson's. I think they can. They're trying to work on something for Parkinson's too, with the shaking.
With the muscles. Yeah.
You can send the neurons to fuck with the nervous
Right.
system, and which would be fucking insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that.
Technology is definitely going up there. I just think like the thing with that, like you have like your pioneers like doing like the thing with that, but to the point from like there to like getting it affordable to like everyone is just so that gap is so far. Like even with like electric cars, obviously they're like 100 times better than normal cars.
Yeah,
like
the price.
yeah, but it's just like nobody can afford them right now.
Yeah.
So like I think once they become more affordable, I mean Tesla's done a great job like with making it $40,000. That's the price of like a normal like
And
nice
it
car.
seems like a lot of money, but like 40 grand, like it's a lot of people have. It's manageable.
Yeah.
Like if you, depending on what you're doing and what all your other bills are, like you can get a fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you like, let's say you buy a brand new like SUV, those are $40,000, or like a nice new truck, like
That's like 60.
yeah,
Trucks
exactly,
are like 60 grand.
Yeah,
now.
so like I mean, for Tesla getting it to 40,000, I think that's pretty bravo to them.
That's off to them.
But I think, but
Huge
the problem
Elon
is that
guy.
they're the huge Elon guy, huge Dogecoin guy.
Huge Doge guy. Yeah, we were talking about that too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
crypto and everything. Bitcoin's gone.
Yeah,
Gone.
it's
not that.
Doge's too. Doge
What-
kind of
what's
shit the
Doge
bed.
at?
30 something.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I know it shit the bed. Man.
I sold all my shit the other day.
You did?
I sold. I finally sold my GameStop. GameStop went up to like.
It went up to it got
It's
up
like
there.
280. I sold my GameStop at my. I broke even finally after all these months. Like I broke even, and then I was like, because I just wanted the money, and I was like, I just sold all the GameStop. Dude, I sold my AMC at like $28, and the other day I checked, it's like 60, and I'm like,
it's like
I only
50.
had 5. I had 5 shares of AMC, but I'm like, damn, I would have rather sold them at 60 instead of 25.
Yeah,
But,
you would have had
I
a
mean,
few
I
couple
made
hundred.
money on everything. Like I haven't lost money, so I was like, okay,
Good for you.
it was a win.
I've lost a lot of money. Yeah, dude. I mean, like maybe like 30% of like my
See, because
portfolio.
you can't sell.
Yeah,
You
I
have
mean,
to hold.
once you're in the shitter, you just fucking hold it.
You
now.
just that's what happened. Like GameStop, I bought GameStop at like 220, and then it tanked down, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you fucked up," and I was like, "No," I was like, because I put the money in, I didn't care if I lost it, but
Right.
then I just didn't sell it, and I waited for months, and finally it came back up, and I'm like, perfect.
I have my money back.
Let me get that back.
That's my thing. Is like I started it as like a savings account, and I was just gonna do safe investments, and I was like, oh, I'll just like gradually grow my money. But when I started, the market was just shit, so it just like gradually went down with the market, like, and so I was like, okay, like so, and then like I lost like a couple hundred, and I was like, okay, now I need to start playing safer, or like maybe like and then like it just like progressively got worse. If you see my chart, it's literally like a slow, and then it just like and that was with like I was trying to do like options and like shit like that.
Options is a fucking
Yeah, and then I was like with crypto too. Like I took a shit with Doge at one point, like, but now I'm like back at like break even kind of thing. But like I had it's just, so now I'm at a point where I'm like, fuck that money. I don't care if it goes to zero.
Yeah.
And like
That's the attitude you have.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't care about it, like, because it's not gonna go how you want it to.
No.
So now it's like it's a bad mindset to be like fuck it, but like I just don't care if I lose it at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever.
Like it is what
it's
it is
not
now.
like my life savings.
Yeah, you're not.
It's just money.
You'll go
now.
to sleep at night fine.
Yeah. And now today actually I had a good day on it, but
Today a positive day.
yeah, today's a green day.
Why? What moved up today?
So I bought a put for AMC because AMC's been mooning. So I was like, okay, it's gonna come back down
You're
a
that
little
guy.
bit.
You're like,
yeah.
it's gonna go down.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna come down.
you guys.
Yeah, y'all made money on the way up. I'm making money on the way down. So I bought a put for that, and that's up like I think 10% today.
Shit, okay.
So that's not a bad little play.
What's the expire on it?
Oh, it's like a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or maybe 2 months really. Because I was like, it might not be like today or like next week.
Yeah.
You know, it might take a little bit to get back down there.
No, I know there's
but it deserves to be at 9. And
Yeah.
I needed to. So I have like the average price like at 55. I needed to get back to 9, and I'll be a millionaire.
You know, there's a Bitcoin conference in Miami like today.
Oh, really?
And you know Tim Dillon, the
Yeah.
comedian I
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
So Tim is speaking. He's doing a live podcast there tomorrow with the Winklevoss twins and Jake Paul all on stage together.
Oh God.
But he was I saw him live tweeting about it today because he was talking about it because I'm on his Patreon in his normal episode. He was like, so I gotta go to the Bitcoin conference this week. He's like, it was supposed to be the biggest party of the year. He's like, but now Bitcoin cut in half since it was announced.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you think it's gonna be like there? He's like, is everyone just gonna be hanging on for hope? And I saw a tweet today, and he's like, I'm at the Bitcoin conference. Everyone is excitedly accepting free fanny packs. So that's how things are going.
Jesus Christ. Dude, Bitcoin took a shit. I mean, but like, I feel like it was expected, man. It went
it was
way
huge.
too high. Yeah, it went way too high, way too fast. From like when Rona started, it was like $5,000.
Yeah.
And to like 2 weeks ago, maybe right before it tanked,
60 was
it was
its peak,
60.
right?
It was 60 or 63, I think that it got up to.
Insane.
It's like 11x in a year. Like that's way too. It's gonna correct.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Elon like tweeting about like the whole like pollution thing and like stuff. I didn't even know that was a problem. Really, like
Yeah, he was a dick for that.
yeah,
that really fucked up.
I think
on
that's
shit for
what
a lot
that.
of
I think
people.
that's what struck it though. That
Yeah.
was like okay. Like I think he was trying to speed it up though. Really,
Yeah.
I think he knew it was gonna correct. That was like the correction it needed
Yeah.
because now it's steady. Now it's steady
Yeah.
at 35 or whatever. Like right now.
What was crazy was like I don't think I ever saw that take until he tweeted it.
Uh-huh.
Like I didn't see anyone talk
Yeah,
about the
that's what I'm
environmental
saying.
impact
Yeah.
of it. Like I don't think really not that he was the first one thinking about it, I'm sure it was out there, but like it never crossed my mind.
Right.
Never. I was just like
the way that it's getting mined or
'cause
whatever.
have
That
you
it's
seen the warehouses of the GPUs?
No.
You've never seen videos of
No.
that? Dude, there's warehouses like as big as this apartment that like you know what a server rack is?
Yeah.
It's server racks upon server racks full of just a GPU and a power supply hooked up to like a Raspberry Pi or whatever that they're running the program. And they're just warehouses full. And they mine 24 hours a day, all day long, all that electricity being
Oh,
blown
yeah.
over there. Like, so I know that it makes sense.
it does. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've never even knew that was a problem or like a thought. Like, and then out of nowhere, he's just like, we're trying to figure out a way. We won't be working with Bitcoin until they get better, like whatever the fuck, like
better environment. Right?
yeah. And I was like, what? And then like you just check and it's just like so fucking far, and it went up a little, like it went a little too far, and then it went back, and now it's like at an average. So like, I wouldn't, not that I'm like a fucking master stock investor kind of guy, because I've lost a lot. I've lost money. I'm down. I'm not at break even at all. I'm not in profit. But like, I think now would be a decent time to get back into it. Like,
I think so too.
For the next couple of years, I don't see why it would go further down now that it's
That's
corrected.
I was actually going to sell all my Counter-Strike skins for Bitcoin.
Do
now
it.
that's at its low because
Yeah.
if it goes up, then my skins just go up and up and up. You know.
Yeah.
Because I have like, well, I fucked up, dude. I found my Binance account and I have a large amount of XRP. I did have a large amount of XRP, and because I bought it back in college. Me and my friends were into it, and then but XRP got fucked because of the Senate hearing. So like you can't trade it on Coinbase. You could hold it on Coinbase, but you couldn't trade it there. And it was on my Binance account, and then Binance isn't allowed in the United States anymore. So I had to log into Binance. I sent it over to Coinbase, and then I had to use this thing called Changely to change the XRP into Bitcoin for its exact value.
Yeah.
And I changed XRP like a day before a news statement came out, and it's like the Senate reconsidering XRP, and XRP just shot the fuck up.
Fuck.
And I'm like, thank you.
Come on,
I mean,
yeah.
I made money off it regardless, but I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it, dude! Like again, because like as soon as you get out is when it goes up.
Yeah.
But
That was me with
I needed the
Doge.
money, so
That was me with Doge so bad. Like I was so scared because it's a gamble. Like it was
Doge is just it's a hustle.
It's a gamble for sure. And so I had it at like 6 cents, and I was like, I had like 150 in it, and then like it went up a little bit. So I was like, okay, let me get out. Like I don't need that. And then it started like got up to like 18. It went back down to like 16. Got in at 16, and I held it for like I think a day, and it didn't moon. And I was like, like I was just take my money back out. Like I was like, what if it tanks? Like what if that was the peak and it went down to 16? Now what if it fucking just steady declines? You know? And so that happened at 16. Back up, it went up to 25, and I got in at 25. It went up to 40 something.
Yep.
Same shit. Like I just kept buying it. I would hold it for like a day maybe, and then I would get out because I was like, "Fuck, what if it tanks?" Like I was so scared. Like I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to lose fucking." I wasn't doing like all my money, but still, I don't want to lose any money like off of it. And so,
especially the Doge.
Yeah, and then so the one time that I did lose money, I was like, it was like mooning, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna catch the moon, and then like it got up like maybe like plus 8% for like that day or whatever, and it was like at 50 something, and I had bought it like with like a lot of my portfolio, and then like maybe like half my port, and then like that was it for the day. Like it started like just dropping after that, and so like I had lost maybe like 20%, dude, or something like that, like out of like the half, so maybe like 10% of my port that day, and that was like one of like that's why it's like a big steep in my like in my all time, because it's like that was like the one that like I put in way too much and like trying to ride it, you know what I mean? And like it was like nah.
So you got to hold because I think it's gonna come back.
Yeah, because then even after 50, it went down to like I think like 40 something maybe like that when it tanked.
It'll hit $1.
It had gotten up to 73 or something like that or 74. Like, and I was like, if I just held it, I would have been like, you know what I mean, up 50% instead of like losing 20%. So I mean, now I'm holding it. Now I'm literally like holding on for dear life.
Good.
Yeah.
I still have my $20. I got $20 in it, like 22 cents, and I've never sold any of it. It's just been sitting there. But I was going to bring up, there's something that was always weird to me with the Doge and all the other shit coins is like, you notice how all the influencers out of nowhere all started saying, invest in Doge, invest in Doge.
Yeah.
And I think the first big name I saw that said it was probably at the beginning of the year, Yachty tweeted, invest in Doge.
Really?
And then it was like after Yachty, another rapper, and then an influencer, and then an Instagram, and a YouTuber. And it's like, I was always thinking, I was like, is everyone like working together and they all own these coins and they're like, let me use our social media platform to fucking pump it up and then we sell and get out. And I always had that thought and I always thought it was weird. And then today I literally saw a video, you know, Steve Will Do It.
Yeah.
Steve Will Do It was talking to Bradley Martin, and Steve Will Do It just like straight up said, he's like, the problem with all these fucking coins, he's like, is you have all these shit coins, like whatever the fuck. He's like, and the owner of that coin gives $1 million. He's like, because I've gotten offers. He's like, people have talked to me about it. You are given 1 million coins for free by the owner of that coin on the premise that you will pump it. You will tweet about it. And then these influencers, they have no sweat. They have nothing to lose.
Yep.
And then you get all your followers to buy into it, and then you sell off and steal their money.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been doing.
Wow.
So I was like, holy shit, like it makes sense because it works. Like I would fucking do it.
Fuck yeah.
And I hate to say it, but like if someone gave me $1 million Doge and was like, hey, tweet about it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Elon, here let me type in like 3 tweets real quick and let's get it to 73 cents and then I'll sell it.
Yeah. But that's what's scary about crypto is like it's volatile. There's no control. Exactly. Which is also why the government doesn't like it. There's no control. They can't
they can't restrict it.
Yeah, it's not like the dollar.
Yeah.
You can't just print more of it. It's not there.
And that's why like stocks you feel so much more comfortable with that. Like I'll hold a stock like, but with Doge I like could not hold it for some reason. I was just like, dude, it could tank while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could not like.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wouldn't go to sleep owning any. Like I was like I'll look at it during the day and I'll try to like make a little swing or whatever.
You just lose your mind.
Yeah, but I could not go to sleep owning it because I was like, what if I wake up tomorrow and it's fucking half the price and like that's all my money? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
at least the stock market closes.
Yeah, exactly. And or not even that, but like you can keep up with the company. You know what I mean? Like if like let's say I buy Sony because I like Sony, I shoot with Sony. Like I know what's going on with the company. I'll keep up with them. You know what I mean? Like Doge, I'm like, let me turn on Elon's tweet notifications just in case he says something bad, so I can fucking sell it real quick. Like
that's what a lot of people do. They're basing their buys off of tweets.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It just takes one person to fuck with the price.
Exactly. That's why it's more scary to me. Like than like a company. A company like it would take a fucking lot for like it to tank the way that like Doge can or Bitcoin or whatever.
See, I thought stocks were safe, but then like you see what happened with GameStop when GameStop was mooning the fuck up over those couple months ago, and then Robinhood halted trading on it. And then you find out like one of the companies that had that huge short stake in GameStop is the trading company that Robinhood uses to commit their trades. Yeah. And so it's like they were trying to keep line that of like they were trying to save their ass, and they told Robinhood they're like, you better shut the fuck down. And it's like, and then Robinhood just gets off free with it, and it's like They just halted something the other day. They halted AMC the other day too.
Oh,
like Robinhood halted trades on all AMC.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And it's like that's why I was telling people too, you got to be like after that happened, I opened a Fidelity account. And like I have all my stock shits in Fidelity. Because it's like that, like they're not going to fucking halt it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge company. Robinhood, the problem is the app's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's like I could open it right now and not have an account and I could have a stock within like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. And Fidelity's a little more complicated.
A little more. It's all right.
Yeah. I thought about it too whenever all that happened with GameStop and I think it was just GameStop really that
it was
happened.
GameStop was the one.
Yeah.
That was the one like it was going to go and they were just like no because it was going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I remember a lot of people were talking about fuck Robinhood, I'm going to switch and like and you're going to catch lawsuits and blah 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 and nothing happened. Yeah. They were like, we're sorry, it was because of this and this, and like, and we were like, okay, and then we just kept using it, and I still use it to this day.
I mean, so do I. I still have stuff on there, and I still it's easy. That's why.
You wanna ask that one question?
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm coming up an hour 30. Let me go ahead.
Hour 30?
Yeah, hour 30, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I was hoping we were going to go long too, so save you from the traffic.
Yeah.
That way.
Oh, yeah,
now
true.
You're going to Austin, you'll be fine.
In a breeze, yeah.
But I think what I really wanted to ask you is to end it. What's your not your 5-year plan? I don't believe in 5-year plans. Like, what's you're kind of talking about your summer. What's your next plan for the next year here? Of like, obviously you're still in school, but like, what do you want to accomplish in this next year from now until next summer, film wise?
I definitely want to make a short film. I've been saying that for so long, and I hate that I keep saying, oh yeah, I'll make a short film. I'll work on it. Like, and I haven't even written anything or any kind of ideas. Like, I'll get an idea, I'll start writing it. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't really like it. I wouldn't be that good. Yeah. And like my boss just keeps telling me, dude, just make something. Like it doesn't have to be an award-winning script or like story. You know what I mean? Like just go make it just for the experience of like, hey, we're working like. You're working with people, you're filming this, like you have actors, like, like you learn how to direct, like actually like direct somebody. Yeah. Like, he's like, so he's like the one that keeps telling me like, hey, like just go make something. Like it doesn't have to be like the best story in the world. He's like, look up a story, like just go like find a story online and like exert it to your own. Like, you know what I mean? Like change the names, change like a little plot point and shit like that. He's like, make it your own. And then like, just go record that. Okay. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So like, a short film is definitely like the number one goal for now. I would love to make some more music videos. Okay. Those are like a lot simpler than like a whole short film. Trying to find actors and stuff like that. You have your actor as the artist. Yeah. You just make a story with it and then figure out where. And then, I mean, I think the short film is like the biggest one. Okay. It's just, I mean, recently it's been hard because I'm working freaking 2 jobs and then I have school. Yeah. So, but now with summer, I've told myself this summer I would like really try to grind it out and like, even if it's just pre-production stuff, like now is the time to do it. So I'll be working on that pretty shortly. All right. Well, next year we're going to expect to see a short film from James. I'll come back a year today. What's today?
What is it?
June
something. June 3rd, 4th?
4th?
June 4th. There we go. Friday, June 4th.
All right, June 4th. I'll come back. All right. And I'll show. We'll premiere it on here. Okay. If I have it made.
Perfect. We'll be waiting for it.
Yeah. Then. All right.
Thank you for being the first guest on here.
Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. And also.
And where can everyone find you?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat at James the Direct R.
Okay. Direct R. I'll put your links to in the description.
Okay. All right. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for being on, James.
I appreciate it.
All right. Hell yeah.